Hello. For the few people who actually watch my channel, I'm sorry, I have a scratchy throat today, and I don't know how this video is going to go. I've been really super nervous about making it, but I guess I should start out with a trigger warning because this is going to be all about my mental health journey. And so trigger warnings be like self-harm and awful thoughts. So if that's going to hurt your mental health in any way, I'd suggest not watching it. And of course, I'm recording this from my phone, but what can I do? So, I guess I should start off in middle school. I had a pretty good life as a small child, so nothing branched from that. But in middle school, I was a little bit bigger than other girls and people in my grades, so that brought on a little bit of bullying, but nothing awful. And then throughout all the way up until 8th grade. 8th grade's when it really started to get bad. I really started to feel awful about myself, but it still wasn't anything I couldn't push through, I guess. I started self-harming though in that grade, and it would mostly consist of just scratching my nails into my skin and digging my nails into my skin, or if I had a safety pin, scratching, but not enough to bleed because I was always super careful and I didn't want to get caught, which led to me believing that I didn't really need help because I was careful and I wasn't actually going to hurt myself to the point of no return. So I always thought I was okay. And it didn't help that in probably my first year of high school, there was someone who told me, "Oh, well, since all of your friends are depressed, you're just acting depressed so that you can fit in with them." So that kind of set in stone my mentality of, oh, I'm actually fine. I don't need any help. And that continued all throughout high school. It wasn't anything awful. I guess it was awful since, I was hurting myself, but I never went anywhere or sought out help or anything. And then my senior year was when my back started hurting for my herniated disc and my autoimmune disease. And so from then on, I was more worried about that than just worried about, how awful of a person I was. And so I kind of stopped hurting myself at that point, which made sense because I was constantly in pain, but I still had the occasional thoughts of, oh, you deserve to be in this pain, which really sucked. And that went on until I got my surgery. And then after that, you'd think it would get better because I got my surgery, everything was going to be okay, but it really wasn't because I didn't gain full feeling in my leg or any control back of my leg. Well, I could wiggle my toes, which was an upside, but since I didn't get that, I started feeling bad, wondering if anything was ever actually going to get better. And I mean, it has, very slowly, but not enough to really make a difference. I mean, it does. It's confusing. You see, that's my mentality. Even though things have gotten better, it feels like they haven't. So, since then, it's just kind of spiraled into a downward spiral. And that June, I think, after my surgery, I finally went in with my cousin to go get counseling and stuff, but that hasn't really helped much. And I tried to get on medicine, and the medicine hasn't done anything at all, except for negative effects, really. And they suggested that I probably need to do, I think they called it DBT therapy, but the only ones around here are too far away for me to be traveling there 3 times a week, and they don't take insurance, so it's really not possible for me. And some days, well, recently I've been going just days and days of just wanting it all to end, not necessarily, I guess, killing myself, but I think that you just want it to end. And it's really awful having the mentality of you want it all to end, but inside you know that you're okay, but then your mind tries to fight back saying you're not okay. So you have your logical mind versus your emotional mind, and it's a constant state of fighting. And it makes you just want to give up. And I wanted to give up, and I wanted to give up a lot. And it's gotten so bad that they don't think therapy's working, and they know the medicine's not working. And now I won't be able to go into therapy because I don't have a ride, I can't drive, and that's been a big cause of my depression as well, because I don't have the freedom to go anywhere. And I haven't gotten a job, and it's just been a mess, and I'm near my wit's end, I guess is what I would say. So I've decided after the holidays, because I want to spend time with my family during the holidays, that I'll be going to, I guess, go to the emergency room and put myself to the mental ward for a few weeks, because that feels like my last option. And I'm really hoping I get some help from that. But I guess the whole point of this video was just to get out what's been going through my head, even though I didn't do that great of a job of doing that, and letting people know that they're really not alone, as cliche as that sounds. You might feel like you're fine because you're not as bad off as someone else, or you have a pretty good life, but depression doesn't, it picks and chooses its people no matter what path of life they're on. So you can have like the best cars and the best life and loads of money and still be depressed. I mean, I'm not to that point, but I've had a decent life, and I have a bunch of people who I know care about me, and I still have the awful thoughts of wanting not to be here anymore. So I guess that's it for today, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.